Could you give me the story of Joe the streamer and a bit of a rant about yourself? What do you do IRL? Whatever you feel like ranting about? What is this, a security question? To my bank account or something? What? I'm just joking, man. One sec. Let me get some stuff here. I got a lot of CPs here. Get the beast amulet accessory. Joe the streamer. Well, I started streaming in 2016. Actually, I wanted to stream a lot sooner than that, but my girlfriend at the time didn't like that I did that, and she wanted me to basically, you know, give up a lot of the stuff I was passionate about. You want to know how many times a day he shits? Yeah, so she wanted me to, like, give up everything that I was passionate about, whether it be breakdancing, working out, what else is there? Breakdancing, working out, video games, writing, because I used to write a lot. Anything really. And she kind of like had this picture perfect boyfriend in her mind that she wanted. And, you know, we had been together for so long and I really tried, but I just, you know, I couldn't do it anymore. So I needed to find who I was as a person. And, you know, I'm not going to bring up my relationship, but unfortunately that ended. And so that's when I started to dabble more into streaming. I got inspired by a streamer named Eris, Avoiding the Puddle. He's like a really popular streamer. And one sec. Sorry, I got a phone call. So yeah, my bad. Yeah, so I got inspired by a streamer I had been watching for a long time. His name is Eris / Avoiding the Puddle. I was like watching him and I thought how funny he was and how it's like it's really cool that you know, he's being himself and he's really funny and he just enjoys video games. He doesn't care about the fame or anything like that. He's just clearly himself, and just, you know, people happen to gravitate towards him because he's a funny dude and just plays whatever he likes. And I was just thinking in my head, like, dude, what if I was able to do that? You know, like, I'm not trying to like do this as a living, but, you know, what if I could do that? Like, that would be the dream, right? Like, that would be really, really fucking cool. And yeah, I was a big fan of his. And you know, when I first started streaming, nobody was really watching me. Nobody really. And it kind of sucked because, like, the PC I had at the time was just really, really crappy. Like, all I could really do is stream League of Legends. And, like, play these games that are either emulated or just really low quality games at the lowest quality because my PC couldn't handle streaming and the games. So it was really hard, you know, and I couldn't really find myself within streaming. Like I didn't know like how to just be myself. So I tried very different things. There were a lot of days where I didn't stream to nobody. So that's why like I'm always grateful to just even have a few people around to watch me and stuff. And lo and behold, like one day I'm streaming Tekken and my favorite streamer Eris finds me randomly and hosts my channel. Like a giant raid of people came, like over fucking 5,000 people. I couldn't handle it. Like I was just like, whoa, like it was so cool. And like a lot of the people that are in my stream now are because of his stream. Like I have a stream because another streamer by chance saw me that day. And what's crazy is that day that I got raided, I was supposed to work that day, but I ended up quitting my job at Tesla because I couldn't take it anymore, but also I was planning to join the military. Around that time, I just had no direction in life and I didn't know what I liked or what I wanted to do with it. And so he found me, and then, man, when he raided me, it was just like right place at the right time. But it just felt like it was also like my calling in life for something to look forward to. So it was just such a surreal moment that I'll never forget, you know. And he's hosted my channel so many times in the past. So like I wouldn't have what I have right now if it wasn't for him, really. Like that's half of it. Half of my story of me being a streamer is because of him, you know. Like one of my mods, Reformed Pervert, I met him through Eris. So I would like the friendships that I have now, like I wouldn't have them if it wasn't for him, you know. But even with that, like I had to find my own passion and my own voice and my own thing as a streamer. Like I couldn't follow in his shadow or his footsteps. So, you know, I started to like get really bored of League, you know, and I was like, man, what can I stream? Like what can I do to really represent who I am? What do I like, you know? And what really represents me as a person. And honestly, you know, I've always had issues with my weight. I've always had issues with just a lot of, you know, getting through in life, really. Not some sad boo-hoo, feel sorry for me kind of story. It's not like that. It's just like, you know, sometimes I'm dealt a bad hand, and through that struggle, you know, I was like, what better way to represent myself than Souls games, right? So one day while I was trying to revamp my channel, you know, I said, I need to find a way to, you know, because I want to pursue this. Like, I want to pursue this dream of mine of being like a streamer and make it a reality. And so I had to stop playing League because that environment was toxic, and I just dabbled in Souls games. And lo and behold, I didn't realize that I'm actually pretty good in Souls games. Like I didn't realize how good I was until, you know, years down the line, but it came at a cost, really. Like my YouTube and my Twitch, they have all come at a cost. And that cost is losing a lot of relationships with people I know in real life and people that I know, or people that I had a romantic relationship with. They just couldn't accept the fact that I changed and that, you know, I was finding myself, and like I love the person that I am now, because like I didn't know who I was before. Like all I wanted to do was just follow people and like make them happy, you know? And now I'm like, fuck that, you know, because they end up just disappointing or hurting me in some way. So it's like, dude, I have one life to live. I'm not going to be going around chasing after people. I need to find myself and make something of me. So, yeah, I found Souls games, but you know, I made the foolish mistake of becoming a full-time streamer and quitting my job. And you know, I'm not proud of it. Yeah, I at one point it really alienated my family that I did this. It alienated my girlfriend at the time. And I almost, because of it, became homeless years ago. Well, yeah, I was homeless for like a few months actually. And what people don't realize in 2019, I doubt any of those clips or streams will ever be up, but there was a moment for a few months where, if you noticed, I was like in an empty room just streaming. And what I would do just to stay afloat was to bring my computer everywhere in my car. I was basically living out of my car. I would sneak into my parents' house, even though they were pissed off at me at the time. And I just kept streaming while they were away. And then I would just leave again when I sensed that they were coming home, you know? But that was the struggle and sacrifice I had to make, because I wanted to like be a full-time streamer. And that was a huge, huge mistake. You know, like that's one mistake. Honestly, I'll tell you what, I don't regret making it, because I learned, I learned that, you know, I'm not going to be like an heiress. I'm not going to be like one of those big time streamers. I'm just not. Like, I know my place in this world. I know my place, you know. I'm not some hot titty streamer. I'm not like a 1 in a million type of guy. Like, I'm just a regular. I'm not a regular dude, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not like in that echelon of people, you know. I know who I am, and I'm okay with that. Like, I've learned to swallow that pill about me. And that's what being an adult, being a sane adult truly means. That's what it means to be human, actually, you know, like, and knowing yourself. And so I said, you know what? I can't keep living like this. I'm over 300 pounds. I got to change my stream around, and I got to find it quick, because I want to keep doing this. And I found Sekiro, and that game changed my fucking life, man. Like, it really did change my life, because YouTube, Twitch wasn't going anywhere. Like, my numbers have stayed the same, you know, here and there, but they only really go up higher if I continuously play Souls games or Sekiro or something. And I don't want to be known forever for doing that, even though I love those games. But, you know, I just knew at that point, like, being a full-time streamer, even though that's what it is right now, that what I'm doing, it's just not feasible. Like, I have to have a job. I have to do something in order to survive, so I can keep doing these streams and doing what I want. So there was a point in 2021 where I took a break, and then I came back, and it ended up being the same shit over again. Like, I wasn't getting what I was looking for. And then at the same time, I was in this relationship where I was living with somebody, and it just ended very, very toxically and poorly. And man, at that point, like, I was tapped out on life. Like, I was lost. I didn't know what to do. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm done. You know, I don't care anymore. So for that month of December, like in 2021, like, all I did was go to work. I went to a therapist, and then I just kept uploading videos on YouTube of just me beating bosses on Sekiro. And then one miraculous day, out of nowhere, my cousin texted me, and he was like, "Hey dude, are these 2 videos yours? And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, dude, look at the numbers. And then lo and behold, I saw that 2 of my Sekiro videos had gone viral. And I was just like, what the hell? And I was just like, wow. The game that teaches you about never giving up, like in real life, like this is teaching me not to give up either. I have something here and I need to get on top of it. You know, like I need to be consistent. You know, I may not be anything special, but I will show the world that I am consistent and that I'm hardworking and that I'm not afraid to be who I am, you know? And so I just kept uploading content for Sekiro consistently. And then from that day, and then within like a 3-month span, YouTube offered me a partnership. You know, I don't know how it is now because this was what, 3 years ago? But in 3 months, I became a YouTube partner, which meant I could monetize on my channel, which was fucking huge, you know? And since that day, my channel has not stopped growing. Like it has grown consistently. It's a slow build, but it's a build that I'm happy with. And then everything fell into place. Like now I'm happy streaming again. I'm happy doing YouTube and I'm doing great, you know, like I have a wonderful girlfriend that I've been with for almost a year who's like super supportive of what I do. You know, she's wonderful. Like she's the first girl that's ever loved me for who I am and supported my endeavors. Like, dude, when I got 4 million views on YouTube, she made a gift for me. Like, who does that, man? Like, what girl does that for their man? She does. And she did that for me out of nowhere, you know? And I thought that was fucking awesome. And then, you know, I have a very good, flexible job that pays me, you know, decently well for me to survive and to be able to have a peace of mind, you know? And I'm living with my sister, which is like a blessing because, you know, I'm not fucking homeless anymore. And, you know, like, I really believe that the universe is going to throw you into your deepest fears and make you live it just to see how much you can take. And I think I've taken a pretty big brunt force of it and I managed to survive, which is why Sekiro has been like a very intertwining storyline for me about like not giving up and why like I hold it so dear to me and why I have it tattooed on my fucking arm. Like it single-handedly has changed my life in so many ways. Like people won't understand. And you know, people will fucking laugh at me for it probably. Like, oh, you got a Sekiro tattoo. It's like, dude, fuck you, man. Like, you don't know what I've been through, you know? Like, and who are you to judge me, you know? So these stupid comments that I see on YouTube, like, you know, people talking shit about it, like, I don't care, man. Like, to me, I've made it. I'm living my dream right now. How many people can say that? You know, like I am living my dream. Like I get to stream to a few people who support me and get to watch my shit and just hang out and relax with me. Like, do you know how grateful I am for that? There's some people who are streaming to nobody. There's people who have YouTube channels that have no subscribers and have nobody watching their stuff. You know, like that could be me at any time. That could be me at any time because I know where I've come from. So I'm so grateful for everything, you know, and I continue to work hard, you know, because I strongly believe that one day, you know, all of this is going to pay off. It's going to mean something, and it means something now. So, yeah, that's my fucking story, man. And also I love sharing this, but that guy Eris, like I'm so grateful for him that one day I met him and I thanked him in person and I took a picture with him and like I hold this dear to me because he's like one of my heroes, man. Like he really, you know, gave me a nudge to be like, hey man, you could do this too. Like he gave me that push. So like this picture right here, like just meeting him and shit, like this is like one of the crown moments of my life, meeting him, and shaking his hand and thanking him for what he's given me, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, I might clip it. I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like I want to tell this story in a more, in a way where it's more comprehensive. Like, I feel like explaining it just now, I've been kind of all over the place. But yeah, that's my story, man. Like, I've been, you know, man, there's a lot of bad stuff that's happened and a lot of good stuff, a lot of great stuff that's happened. So, like, I've been like on this even keel of life, and not everything's fucking perfect, but man, I'm fucking happy. I'm grateful for everyone being here day in and day out, like Dazed here. He's been here forever, man. And RP, like they don't have to be, right? But they choose to, and I appreciate that, right? It's a lot of people I'm thankful for, man. Not just Eris, dude. There's so many people who've given me opportunities. Like, dude, some of the biggest Sekiro content creators have hosted my channel too. Like Seki, he's hosted me. Uh Little Aggie's hosted me. Like these are like pretty big, popular, known community streamers within the Souls community. And they've hosted me. So like it's not just my skill level. Like it's not just because like, oh, he's good at Sekiro. It's because like, I'm just, I'm not a piece of shit, you know? Like I'm only a piece of shit to people who are a piece of shit to me first, or just don't have like common social uh common like social etiquette, I don't stand for dumb shit, and I'm not gonna put up with it. So, you know but other than that, like it's been great so far. I'm super lucky, you know and I have a very supportive family, you know and yeah, man, it took a lot to get here, man. Like, man, you won't believe how many relationships I've lost. And I mean, like, in terms of not just women, but like friendships, like they can't stand the fact that like some of them get so butthurt that I don't come out to hang out anymore or do anything, and it's just like, well, you know what, dude, like I'm at that age now where I don't want to do that stuff anymore, man. Like I don't give a shit. I spent my entire life flying all over the United States for breakdancing and making friends and being social, and what happened when that happened? Like, I'm grateful for it, but let's be real. Like, or actually, no, let me be real about it. Everyone kind of just spat in my face. Like, everyone made fun of how fat I was. Everyone, talked shit. And it wasn't until I finally lost weight, when I got in shape and I got really good and I stopped entering stuff and I just said, fuck it. And I started doing my own thing, that's when they were like starting to be nice to me and all this shit. And I think deep down they knew, like, oh man, maybe it's like, no, dude, whatever it is, I don't care. Past is past. Like, I'm happy now. I've moved on, you know, like if you don't want to be my friend anymore, I don't, whatever. Life happens, like we all move on. But I'm grateful for what I have now. I'm grateful for the people who support me now, because I know at any given moment I could lose all of this. So, yeah. One sec, guys. I need to check on my brother. What a story, homie. I'm proud of you. You're still here? I thought you left. I'll be right back.